You of course have some pretty awesome investors on board. So for instance, Homebrew. So, what has the fundraising journey been like?
Yeah, so it's gone through many like iterations. I think the market has also really evolved. In the beginning, when we got started in 2016, um, I think it was like it, people were willing to give us money on just like a deck, not even a deck. Like it was, we said we were starting a company, and people who had worked with us in the past and investors who had, Homebrew had been our bosses in the past, and we're just like, sure, have some money. I mean, maybe that still happens at the pre-seed, but I think it's not as common anymore to just get, you know, that initial round thrown at you. But I also like it almost handicapped us in a way where we kind of thought everything would be that easy then. And it wasn't necessarily a good thing because the subsequent rounds were a lot harder. People were expecting, to see traction and to see monetization. We didn't have that. So the kind of we then raised a seed round, we then raised a Series A, and that was sort of on very early revenue. I don't think we had the traditional like Series A revenue metrics back in, gosh, 2018, 2019 when we raised that. And then, after that, we had kind of taken in a good amount of money and like pretty diluted, like didn't have a lot of revenue. So we just really focused on making money at that point, kind of making up for lost time. And we did raise a little bit more money on a note during that like really frothy time when everyone was just like throwing money for, you know, nothing. And I'm glad we did because otherwise we'd be out of money. But we've really tried to make that last and kind of put that in the bank and not touch it and just be really focused on profitability. And I think it's led to a like I feared, oh my God, we'd be at odds. We'd build things that were just making us rich and it was at the expense of our users. Like, no, it actually forces us to build only the things that our customers absolutely need and want and will pay for, and none of the other crap that we were doing. So it has been, I mean, I'm sure there will be conflicts in the future, but we have not run into them yet. Like it has truly been the best forcing function for us. So, our investors now ask, like, when are you going to raise your next round? And like, I really don't want to because I think it's such a distraction from building. And I would rather raise by building the things that will make our customers' businesses bigger so they pay us more money.